Hello everybody, welcome, welcome. I am the Sassy Dragon. My name is Ariel and welcome back to another one of my perfume reviews. Thank you everyone so much for being here and I hope you're having a wonderful evening, morning, or afternoon wherever you may be. We're going to be talking about Miss Dior's Absolutely Blooming today. Funny enough, I had a dream about somebody putting this perfume on me. I was in a really fancy shop and a friend of mine was running the shop, and when I came in she was like, "You have to smell this," and I was like, "Oh, I think I've smelled this before." And she started spraying it all over me, so I was like, that must be a sign I need to do a review on this perfume. This is a beautiful one. I absolutely do love this Absolutely Blooming. This one, gonna look at the details, came from Dior, of course, and it is a floral fruity fragrance that was launched in 2016. The nose behind this fragrance was Francois Demachy, and he is a powerhouse of perfume. He has done pretty much all of Dior's greatest hits at this point. He worked on J'adore, he worked on Addict, he worked on Joy, he worked on Sauvage, both the older version and the new one. This guy has done quite a bit, and he has had a hand in pretty much all of the Miss Dior formulations. I will say one of my favorite, Dior's was the previous original, the Miss Dior Eau de Parfum from 2017. Absolutely love that one. There is a very good dupe from Dossier, though, that I'll tell you about later, but let's focus on this one for now. So the top notes for this Absolutely Blooming variation are raspberry, blackcurrant, and pomegranate. The pink pepper is also in the top notes, and to me that's very, very strong. The middle notes are very rosy, very floral. You've got the May rose, the peony, and the base note is the white musk. So to me, this is a fragrance that I start always craving when it gets a little cooler. And even though it's still August here and it's still pretty warm during the day, it's just starting to cool off enough, right? So it's like I've been wanting to wear this one again. This to me is a very, very strong, long-lasting fragrance. If I spray just one or two, spritzes of it in the early daytime behind my ears or my neck, I will still be smelling it throughout the evening. Like, it is that strong. So I love the intensity and the long lastingness of this perfume. So when you first spray it, it's a bit sharp, but you're definitely getting, I get immediately the rose, the pepper right off the top. The dry down gets definitely fruitier to me and more of a sweet floral. I love that quality. I love the raspberry. I love blackcurrant. That's a favorite. And for me, everybody has, of course, their favorites, but anytime there's pepper involved in a perfume and it's done well, I always really enjoy it. So this one has that pink pepper. And what that does for me is that it keeps this, this could be a real syrupy, sweet mess. And it's definitely sweet. It definitely is a little more on that jammy side because it's got that rose, juicy, floral, fruity thing going on. But the pink pepper keeps it from becoming just completely like, ugh, sweet, too sweet, right? It gives it that freshness. It gives it that little bit of spice. There's something very interesting about this fragrance to me, that it's an inexplicable thing that maybe only my nose can smell or detect, but there is this slightest bit of almost a pine needle fragrance to this. It always just has this tiny bit. It's not strong at all, and it could be that combination. Sometimes the pomegranate, blackcurrant, they're a bit tangy, they're a bit fresh, right? Those have a more tart kind of fruit quality, and that mixed with the pink pepper could produce that. But every time I smell this, I always think it just has this tiny touch of that fresh, invigorating, that slight spice of that pine, and it could be the fruits and the pepper mixing together to create a little bit of that scent. So this is definitely one when it starts cooling off, I definitely start wanting to reach for this one. It can be a little bit heavy for the spring and summer, in my opinion, even though it is very much marketed as, you know, a very, you know, fruity, floral, girly, you know, light, kind of lighthearted fragrance. To me, it's more of an autumn-winter scent, especially autumn. And there's something about that. You know, to me, I really associate especially the pomegranates, the black currant is a more autumn feeling to me. And so this one to me is very much like that autumn time, especially when the summer is just starting to cool off. It's starting to get a little, you know, darker earlier. There's just something about it that makes me want to reach for it. I love the bottle that comes with this. I will note that when I bought this, the silver on the bow was like a bright silver. I've had this bottle for about 3 years, and the silver on it has kind of oxidized a little bit. It almost looks like the way silver tarnishes. I don't know if that would polish off, but I did want to mention it. The top of the bottle has the CD, the Christian Dior stamp in it, and so does the top of the atomizer as well. It's a nice, you know, it's got a nice chunky bit of glass on the bottom layer of it, and I love the herringbone embossing in the base of that too. So this is a beautiful fragrance. It's one that I really do enjoy, but it's a very specific kind of mood that I have to be in for it. As you can see, I've had this bottle a long time, and it's lasted a long time. Like, I haven't used a whole lot out of it, but partly it's also because it just lasts so well. Now this one is, you know, so far hanging on there. The thing that frustrates me the most about the overall Miss Dior line is that many times, you know, Dior reformulates them many times for seemingly no purpose other than just to do it, because people really love them. I wish they would bring back, like, I hear so much about the Miss Dior Cherie, and I never got to smell that one. It was never something that I got a sample of or got a hold of back when it was in production, and now the bottles of it on like eBay and, you know, online sites are going for such high prices. There's no way I can afford to pay that for a blind buy, but I've heard it's amazing. I also really enjoy the original, well, to me, original. It's one of the older versions that's no longer being made of Miss Dior, the Eau de Parfum, the 2017 version. I really, really love that one. And so I would mention to you that Dossier, Dosseier. They're not paying me for this promo. But this is a great duplicate. They're floral pink pepper, and I think this runs around maybe $30, $30, $40, something like that. So it's a really good deal. It's 1.7 ounces, and it is their version of the 2017 Miss Dior EDP. And it really smells like it. I had that perfume and I loved it, and I was so excited when I found this and gave it a try, and it was a really, really good match for that scent. So I definitely would recommend that to anybody that misses the 2017 Miss Dior EDP and would like to get something that's a pretty darn good copy, and it does last pretty well as well. And for that price, you can afford to reapply it. So guys, thank you so much again, as always, for being here with me. Tell me what you think about the Miss Dior line. I also have their Miss Dior Eau de Toilette that I need to do a review on. I have tried the Blooming Bouquet one. To me, that was a little too fresh, but if you like a fresh rosy floral, that one might be for you. I have not tried, there was a Rose and Roses. Haven't tried that one yet. So tell me which one you like the best out of the Miss Dior world, and give this one a shot if you're in the market for a very long-lasting, very enduring fruity floral that to me is just perfect for this transition from summer to autumn and throughout the rest of the winter. To me, this is the only time I wouldn't wear this for myself, would be like high summer when it's super, super hot. That's the only time I wouldn't wear it. But it's so good. It is absolutely delicious. I think it's one that you would definitely get some good compliments on, because you can't miss it. Don't overspray it. That's the only thing I would say. Don't overspray it. 1 or 2 sprays of this are definitely enough, or gonna be enough for most people. I really hope they do not discontinue or reformulate that, because the lasting power and intensity of the formulation is really good. And so far, I don't think that they have messed with it since they launched it in 2016. All right, everyone. Take care. I'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye for now.